favorite. Looks pretty so far.
The
Man.
old ones perished 1,000 years ago.
Kind of looks like Tomb Raider.
Their great cities turned to graves. In their place came new life.
What the? Gross.
And new dangers.
Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn.
I must find a way to stop it. Or it will get worse and worse. Until it destroys us all. There's nothing I wouldn't do to save this world.
Ooh, scuba gear?
No depth I won't explore.
Oh, that's awesome. You can go underwater? Could you go underwater in the first game? Oh, that looks sick. Okay. I'm immediately more interested.
No secret I won't unlock. No barrier I won't cross.
Wow. That's a lot of
This
variety.
mission is mine alone.
Damn, snowy mountains too?
If I falter, if I fail, there won't be anyone left to stop what's coming.
That's pretty. So instead of Zero Dawn, it's Horizon Forbidden West.
But whatever comes, I will be ready.
Cool, man. Damn, that looks way better than the first game. Yeah, if you can like scuba dive and shit, that looks really cool, man. Yeah. Wow. That's like yeah, man, that's like really pretty looking. So did anybody in the chat play the first game at all? Godfall? Is this Godfall? See this. Yeah, dude, that's like super pretty. I'm doing fine, Mike. Catching up on. Yeah, my first thought was crab rave. As soon as I saw the crabs on the beach, I was like dun 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 dun. And I was like, ah, man, fucking memes, dude. This game looks. I mean, okay. First thing, no game, no hype. Them's the rules, right? It's not really gameplay, but if the first game's anything to go on, I think if you can like scuba dive, like it looked like she made her own scuba gear, and you can explore underwater. That sounds really cool. Snowy mountains. It just seems like a whole lot of variety. I didn't play the first game, but I own it. I bought it like on a Black Friday sale like 3 years ago or something for $10 with all the DLC. I was like, oh, cool. So I just went ahead and grabbed it. It's like in this one. Hope Aloy character develops. Yeah, that was the sort of the thing. Like when I looked at Horizon Zero Dawn, My first thought was, man, this kind of looks one-dimensional. Like, you're in the same area and just kind of a whole lot of busy work. You know, it didn't seem like there was a lot going on. This one shows a lot more variety. She's exploring different places. Looks like there's some unique things to probably make, and I don't know. It just seems a lot better. Of course, it's just like a concept trailer, really, because there's no gameplay. But, yeah, man, I'll keep my eye on it. It might actually get me to fucking play the game I bought 3 years ago. Because anybody that played it said it was fine. It seems like it's a good game to just chill and collect things and hunt and just get absorbed in the atmosphere, but didn't seem like it had any sort of revolutionary storytelling based on what people had to say about it. I think that's really pretty. This big ass bridge covered with like vines. I love that. Yeah, I have mixed feelings, really. There's a new Gran Turismo game too? Damn, I missed a lot of shit. Maybe I should have watched this shit live. Alright, let's see. Also, it's weird that Horizon is the name of the series. I thought Horizon Zero Dawn, but they're like, nah, it's just gonna be Horizon. You could have been like Horizon Zero West. And then the franchise could have been called Horizon Zero. But it's just Horizon. Anyway. Yeah, it looks kind of cool. Gran Turismo 7 on PS5. So does this mean rip Gran Turismo Sport now, or what? Get ready. Oh shit. That frame rate. Oh man, okay. Ooh, oh. No jaggies in this game. Anti-aliasing times 100. Whoa. Okay. You know, I really didn't expect this to wow me at all, but holy shit, those visuals were very pretty. GT Town, I'm Sarah. What is it with Gran Turismo having the most complex menus of all time? It's a car racing game, and it's like the most convoluted menu. The most difficult thing in Gran Turismo games is trying to figure out, like, where everything is and how to navigate the motherfucker. So I guess the menu is a town. I don't know who Rupert is, but he looks like he works as one of the higher ups in the development studio. He's like, I'm gonna put myself in the game. Yeah, that opening trailer was pretty tight, dude. Oh, hey, here we go. Yo, what's up, Kels all day? How's it going, man? Wow, man, this does look good. That frame rate, everything looks so fucking crisp. This is good. This game supports 4K, right? 4K, 60 frames. Man, that looks good. I was expecting to see the same old shit, be like, okay, really pretty cars, and that is what it is, but I didn't think the visuals would really impress me. I kind of felt like we capped out on this shit. Damn, these cars look nice. Gran Turismo's really had to step up its game since Forza, like, started whooping its ass. Some real competition for the racing sim market. Yeah, dude, that looks good. I mean, it's another Gran Turismo game, but At least they did the one thing that they really need to do, and that's like and blow you away with the visuals. That shit looked crazy nice. Well, hang on. I got enough trailers to watch right now. Let's just watch these, and if there's anything else worth watching, we can watch those. Yeah, that's the point of the game, 4K. Yeah, that's what I figured. I mean, you have Gran Turismo Sport on PS4, and that shit already looked really impressive. I remember like looking at that, and you can take photos of your virtual cars on Gran Turismo Sport, and they look like real photos. Like I had a car that had a Makoto Nanaya paint job on the side, and I took a picture of it with the little 3D render thing where it looked like it was sitting on a Japanese street, and it looked fucking real. Like that shit blows my mind. I don't even know how. I don't know. Technology is amazing. So this is gonna be in like 4K. It's gonna look even better. All right, what is this? We got Godfall. Let's see what Godfall is.
Stretch, no limousine. If you're talking winners, gotta intervene. I'm the biggest one of those you ever seen. I'ma need a crown. I'm the only one that ever held it down at the tip top. People flip flop every day, not I. Top 5, I'm a big shot. I'm the one that wanna take the big shots. Big balls, big rings, big rocks, big bag, big moves, big car, big man, big plan. Get lost in this walk. Look at me now, you can't hold me down. So give me the crown. Wait for the tank.
This is a weird song choice. What? I mean, the gameplay looked alright. The gameplay looked okay. It looked kind of cool. Decent hack and slash combat, but that music was really weird. That was just an odd song choice. Incoming DMCA. Well, I won't really get DMCA'd. I'll get, what is this? Huh, weird. Yeah, I think, I mean, the stream might get muted, but the only DMCA strike I'll get is if somebody clips it. That's the issue. It's not just playing copyrighted music. You can play copyrighted music on your stream and it'll just get muted. But if somebody makes a clip, clips can't be muted like the VODs. So then you can get DMC striked from fucking clips. I wouldn't be surprised if they got rid of clips at some point because they can't regulate those, or maybe they can't have trouble emulating it on clips. I have no idea. Yeah. I mean, it looked cool. Yeah. Link me some more trailers in a second. I have like 5 more to watch. You excited for the games that are coming out? I mean, that's what I'm watching right now, Kels. I haven't seen anything. I just woke up a little while ago. I haven't seen anything. This is my first time seeing this stuff. Yeah, I kind of woke up and I just saw a bunch of PlayStation 5 memes on my timeline, and so I haven't seen any of these games. We're just going through these trailers that Chad is sending me so I can see what I'm missing out on. No, I haven't seen the Resident Evil trailer or the Marvel Spider-Man one yet, which I'm really excited. This is my big one right here. Spider-Man game. Woo! I love Spider-Man games. And that last one they did was the best one ever made, dude. Before that, I'd say my favorite Spider-Man game was either Spider-Man 2 on PS2 or probably The Amazing Spider-Man 2 on Xbox 360. For some reason, that game got a bunch of shit for doing the same old stuff, but I mean, it had really awesome stealth sections, really cool costumes, The web slinging was legit good, and there's that web zip mechanic. There's a lot of cool stuff in that game. They did a lot of new things, but Angry Joe and a lot of other reviewers are like, same old Spider-Man shit, blah, 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 and gave it a bunch of garbage reviews. I have no idea why. I mean, I guess to each their own. I thought it, like, they really improved the web swinging. It was, like, second only to Spider-Man 2 as far as swinging goes, and I don't know, whatever. But anyway, that new one, Marvel Spider-Man, that was the best one. The best Spidey game ever, dude. It's got stealth, it's got amazing combo mechanics, sweet upgrades, good story, the web slinging is like top notch. So good. Good voice acting. The graphics are incredible. Yeah. A possible Final Fantasy? What do you mean a possible Final Fantasy 16 trailer? Yeah, I'll ask for more trailers in a sec. If you guys have some sort of Final Fantasy 16 trailer. AG wasn't negative on it. He loved the game. I think you mean The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's what I literally said. I said The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I said that was the best Spider-Man game before Marvel Spider-Man came out. I said my two favorite before that was either The Amazing Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man 2 on PS2. And I said The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was probably my favorite before Marvel Spider-Man. And when that came out, Angry Joe shit on it and a bunch of other YouTubers shit on it and said it was the same old crap. Everybody universally loved Marvel Spider-Man. Like, yeah. But I was saying before that game, I don't know what everybody's hate was. Everybody had a hate boner for that, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased because I just naturally love Spider-Man games, I guess. I don't know. But I feel like I can make justifiable points to how it's not the same old shit. I already saw that Random All Ryu. Yeah, I posted on my Discord, and I also talked about it on there. I'm both really excited and kind of pissed off about the announcement for Arcade 1-Up. For a couple of reasons. They split up the Marvel cabinets into two, and they don't fucking need to. I think it's just to make more money and sell more cabinets. Because... where is it? Hang on. Let me bring it up real quick. Let me find it. Ah, here we go. It's not loading. Is there something wrong with Discord? It's not loading YouTube videos. Let me see. Dude, something might be wrong. My computer might be pooping the bed. Yeah, it's not loading for me right now. Final Fantasy teas. Yeah, YouTube videos aren't loading for me right now. What's happening? Yeah, I hope it's not something wrong with my computer. My computer's been acting up lately. Sometimes, like, the software will just, like, freeze and not do shit. Yeah, that's no good. Stream is still up. That's really strange. Oh, no. Is my computer fucking up? Try restarting my device. It's working a little. You mean my stream's working a little bit? Hang on. Yeah, I did play Shattered Dimensions. That was a really mediocre spider game. Spider-Man game. I liked it. It was fine, but yeah, it definitely wasn't one of the best ones. The best parts in Shattered Dimensions were probably where you were playing Spider-Man 2099. I liked all the free-falling sections, and he looked really cool. The stealth sections were really clunky in that game where you played Spider-Man Noir. But, I mean, it was fine. It was just very mediocre. Very linear level design, so the web, like... Spider-Man needs to be open world games. Like, you need to be able to web swing around and stretch your legs and occasionally go indoors for, like, combat and stealth and stuff like that. But you need to be outside most of the time. And a lot of those Spider-Man games, like Shattered Dimensions and, fuck, what was that other one? Web of something or other, and there was like 2 ones where you spend a lot of the time inside. Or like indoors on linear sections, and that's kind of what Shattered Dimensions was like. So it didn't really warrant more playthroughs. Oh, here we go. Oh, shit. Dude, it was super delayed. Oh, God, I opened like 8 of them. Hang on. Da-da-da. 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 Alright. My bad. Okay. Ba-da-da. Yeah, Web of Shadows. That's what it was called. Wait, wasn't Web of Shadows the one where it was open world and you had the symbiote suit? I forget. It's been a while since I played them. Web of Shadows was okay. The combat on the side of buildings was pretty cool. That was a cool idea. All right, real quick. Hopefully Random on Ryu is still here. Miracle Captors, thanks for the follow. Check this out. This is super important. Like, I'm gushing for this. This looks so... They did so many things right, but let me show you what pisses me off. Right here. Check this out, alright? You can break this down. First of all, let me just say, this cabinet right here, fucking so sick. Like, there's no question. I gotta get at least one of these. But the thing that still kind of sucked, like, I'll probably get this one, even though I think I really love the side art for this. The Bangus art with fucking Cammy doing a cannon spike and Rogue doing a dive kick with Cyclops and Rio on the side. Oh my god. And then the banner. It's like one of my favorite arcade banners. It looks so good, dude. The art for like Ryu and Akuma and Chun-Li and Wolverine. God, it looks so good. Like, I love this shit. I love it, right? But this looks really cool too. And like, I love how on one side you have all the Capcom characters and they're like colored in over here on the right side, but then like the Marvel side you can barely see. You can see like Spider-Man right here. They're all grayed out, so it's all Capcom focused. Then over here on the other side, it's the opposite, and you see part of the Capcom characters, but all the Marvel characters are colored up. Like, oh my god, dude. It looks so good, dude. It looks so good. But here's what sucks. So you got this one right here clearly has more games, like right off the bat. This has 1, 2, 3, 4. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right off the bat, this one gets one more game than you, than the other one. So, like, if you had bought the Marvel Superheroes cabinet like I did, because I'm a huge Marvel Superheroes fan, like the one that came out after Children of the Atom, I bought that cabinet because that's one of my favorite fighting games. I still stream that on Fightcade, and I stream it here on the channel. So, like, I bought that one, and that one comes with Marvel Superheroes, X-Men Children of the Atoms, and then the Punisher beat-em-up fighting game. So that's 3 games on there. And they're here. Both of them are here, except for the Punisher. So it kind of sucks, because I feel like... I don't know. I feel like you've kind of made that cabinet obsolete now, because this one has this one and then this one has the other one, Children of the Atom. So the only unique game on that Marvel cabinet now is going to be the Punisher beat 'em up. Then you have, so over here between the two of them, the new games that the Marvel Superheroes cabinet doesn't have. So both of these are already on the other cab. Then you got X-Men vs Street Fighter, that's on both. Marvel vs Capcom 1, that's on both. and that's where like the similarities stop. So they share 2 games across both. This one has X-Men Mutant Apocalypse, which is apparently a Super Nintendo beat 'em up. So it's not even really an arcade title. It's a Super Nintendo game. And then, so really, like, I can't justify this cabinet if you already had the Marvel Superheroes one. This one has X-Men, Children of the Atom, and then you got these 2 new ones, and then like a Super Nintendo beat 'em up. That's like 4 games. But this one has Marvel Superheroes, which is on the previous Marvel Superheroes cab, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, which is on this one. Then only on this one, Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, which is like an asset flip version of X-Men vs. Street Fighter. I still really like this one because they brought Spider-Man back, and I always play Spider-Man in these old ones. So he's like one of the few characters I know how to play. Marvel vs. Capcom 1, which is on here as well. And then Marvel Superheroes War of the Gems, which is another beat 'em up that's similar to this one. It's another Super Nintendo beat 'em up. But I think I hear better things about War of the Gems. So they essentially completely devalued the Marvel Superheroes cab if you get one of these, because it has one of those games. Then this one has the previous game, and then this one has both. So really, this is the better cabinet. It has more games. It's got like the better games, and it's gonna have all these. It's gonna have nearly all of the Marvel vs. Capcom games. The only one that's really missing from this one is Children of the Atom and Marvel 2, which isn't on any of them, because I feel like they're going to probably do that one later. So you got... So it kind of sucks, because there's no reason for it. These, like, essentially, it's emulation. They could put, like, they could put a shit ton of games on here. They could put, like... They could take all of these and put them on here. They could take all of these and put them on this one. It's literally emulation, right? And some people have already done that, where they've pretty much fitted their arcade 1-up cabinets with like a RetroPie, and then they already have just like all the fighting games on there, right? So essentially, they're selling you ROMs in giant arcade cabinets. So once you've bought like one of these, if you wanted to like modify them, you could just like have like all of Fightcade on there or some shit. Like you just have all these fucking ROMs. So for them to just be like, yeah, we could put all these on this one and all these on this one and just kind of narrow it down. I feel like instead of making one cabinet with all the Marvel stuff on it, what they're doing is they're going to chop up these Marvel games into like 4 different cabinets. So you got Marvel Superheroes that has Marvel Superheroes, X-Men, Children of the Atom, and Punisher. They sold that one last year. Now we've got X-Men vs. Street Fighter cabinet that has X-Men, Children of the Atom, Mutant Apocalypse, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom on like one cabinet, and releasing it alongside the Marvel vs. Capcom 1 cabinet that is probably the closest to being the cabinet that everybody originally wanted. A Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet with the legacy on it, which is X-Men, Children of the Atom, Marvel Superheroes, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom. War of the Gems is like we want to put a beat 'em up on there for the normies and the casuals that aren't very good at fighting games, but they remember it, so they think it's cool or whatever the fuck, you know. I mean, that sounds like I'm shit talking it, but I'm sure War of Gems is fun. I just feel like that's the only reason they would put it on there. It seems like a Super Nintendo game, and they just put it on there to add more value for the people that aren't just getting it for fighting games. They want more value in it. There's not anything wrong with that. But it's missing X-Men Children of the Atom. If it actually had all of those, like if you replaced War of the Gems with X-Men Children of the Atom, that would be your Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet. So that's already 3 Marvel cabinets. And it's pretty clear that down the line, they're going to totally have a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet. And at that point, they would have sold a lot of people up to 4 cabinets for Marvel vs. Capcom. Like, what the fuck, dude? That's not even necessary. Like, that really sucks. But it's, I mean, I'm still stoked, right? Like, I know it seems like I'm just bitching. I'm really stoked that these exist. Like, this is amazing. This is like the first thing that a lot of people have wanted. It's just, when you chop it into a bunch of cabinet, a bunch of different cabinets when you could have put it on like one, maybe two. And you make it like 4 different cabinets. It just kind of sucks. Cause like when you're broke like I am, I guess the idea is that they wanted to release it on 4 cabinets that had different games. And the idea is that if you had a bunch of people coming over, you'd have a cabinet for each game, right? So you have a cabinet that looks like X-Men versus Street Fighter, and that'll be the one that plays X-Men versus Street Fighter. You could also play X-Men versus Street Fighter in this cabinet, but it could be your designated, designed Marvel vs. Capcom 1 cabinet. So it looks like Marvel vs. Capcom 1, plays Marvel vs. Capcom 1. You have other options just to add more value to the cab. Then this one is going to be X-Men vs. Street Fighter, but you could play any of these games too. Same thing for Marvel Superheroes. You just put Marvel Superheroes and decorate the cabinet. So it kind of, you could do it that way, so you actually feel like you have a full arcade of each of those games that you really like. But, for me, because I'm a broke asshole, I'm just like, fuck, man, that's too many cabinets. I don't even have the space for all that shit. Like, I mean, buying like 1 cabinet a year and just like eating nothing but sandwiches for a month so I can afford it, like, I could do that. But when you start putting out like chopping up the cabinets into like multiples, I'm like, oh man, my fucking wallet, dude. It hurts. There's also a Spider-Man Edge of Time, which was directed sequel to Shattered Dimensions. Yeah, it was Edge of Time and then Shattered Dimensions. That's the other one I was thinking of. Edge of Time and Shattered Dimensions. Yeah, those are very linear level-based Spider-Man games. They're fine, but I thought they were very mediocre. Spider-Man really shines when he's in the open world swinging around. Yeah, you don't even have to hack, dude. There's no hacking involved. You don't hack to emulate. You literally just put ROMs on like a little retro Pi and then you can like hook it up. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but it's not like hacking. You know? But I don't know. I think it looks great. I'm just kind of bummed because this is obviously leading up into a Marvel 2 cabinet. So once you bought Marvel Superheroes that only had 3 games, then you buy Marvel vs. Capcom 1 that has 5 games, then they're going to come out with a Marvel 2 cabinet. And then the Marvel 2 cabinet is going to have Marvel 2 and probably Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and, you know, some other shit. I bet you would have like Alien vs. Predator on it or something. I don't know, dude. It's going to have some crazy shit on there. And it's probably going to have a lot of existing games, because I think they know that they can sell Marvel 2 on its own. Marvel 1 and like the legacy, you know, past that makes a good value on its own, but everybody knows Marvel 2 is going to sell on its own. Like, they could sell the Marvel 2 cabinet and would just have Marvel 2 and they'd have value in that. And they know that, so I feel like they split it up into like 4 cabinets because everyone's going to buy it. Anyway, that's my hot take on the arcade cabinets. I love them, but I'm also like, dude, I wish I just had a lot of money. I gotta get a job. I gotta get a job. A job. Look at this sweet stopper, dude. Or the stacker. Oh, I want that stacker. It's got that fucking artwork. I love it. It's so fucking cool, man. I want that so bad in my house. I want that so bad in my house. I'm so in love with that artwork, dude. Every time I see Bangus's art, or just any of this classic Capcom artwork, I just, it's kind of like seeing an old high school crush or some shit. You're like, the one that got away. It's so much history with it, and I'll always love it. I'll be 80 years old, and I'll see this, and I'll just be nostalgic and just remember how beautiful that artwork is, and I just want it around me. I want it around my house. I want to look in any direction in my house and see just this classic Capcom, Street Fighter, Marvel art. It's your all-time fave in Capcom versus series, especially the Dreamcast version, which I had fond memories of that game. Yeah, I think a lot of people do. Damn, that looks cool. Shit. This is making me sad now. Like, I'm so excited, but I'm also so sad because I'm like, fuck. Anyway. So yeah, I absolutely love that shit. What were we gonna watch before we got derailed? Oh yeah, okay, here's Ratchet and Clank.
You all right back there? No way.
It appears that the dimensions are collapsing on one another. If we cannot get to...
Right, the ship. I mean, we can't be that far.
I have it in my sights.
They have found us, Ratchet.
Damn, it's a good thing those guys can't
Steer
shoot.
This thing.
Ask nicely.
Slow down, please. Dad's not listening.
Whoa, cool.
The dimensions are weakening considerably.
How bad is it?
Well, it is certainly not good.
Great.
Damn, this looks pretty cool.
Beats me.
To the depths with ya! How many arms you got, beast? We've been boarded! Get off me, ship, foul creature!
Clank!
Ratchet, we are too late. Ratchet?
Whoa, what? Yo, is that a girl, Ratchet? Rachette? Is this a girl?
Who?
Oh, that's a girl character. Cool scarf. Damn. Ratchet got replaced. That was my first thought with all the grinding on the rails. I was like, oh, Sunset Overdrive. There it is. Yeah, that looks cool, man. That looks really neat. I liked a lot of locations that were like traveling through there. There's already like Rule 34 of that white Ratchet character, isn't there? They work so fast. It's amazing. I can literally go to sleep, wake up, and there's been an announcement, and there's already fucking lewds drawn. You can't with this storyline? I thought that was the part that was actually interesting. You don't like the storyline of them, like, shattering dimensions, and you got a female Ratchet character? Oh, that seems kind of cool. I'm down. Of course, the thing is I'm not like familiar with Ratchet and Clank, right? I've never played a game, so my opinion ain't worth shit, I guess. We got Ghostwire Tokyo and Project Athia. Project Athia. Square Enix. In a world not her own, where resolve will be tested, truths will be questioned, and devotions will be doubted, she will rise. Whoa! Wow! like it was having trouble rendering all those clouds. Not quite ready yet. Design for PlayStation 5. Project out the working title. Yeah, that looked a lot like Final Fantasy 15. I don't think it is a Final Fantasy game, but they're definitely using that engine that they made for 15. No doubt. That kind of looked like Noctis running around, you know, like animation-wise. Jumping across those mountains. That looks exactly like Final Fantasy 15 movement. It's got to be the same engine. Yeah, I can see the connection where people are saying Final Fantasy, but it's not a Final Fantasy from what I'm looking at here. Where is it? Where's you? Here you go. This part. That shit looks so much like Final Fantasy 15 in those like 3 seconds of gameplay or whatever that is. Looks really cool though. I'm totally down with that. Obviously I want to see more, but those mountains, those looked really cool. Where is it? Yeah, look at this. Look how lush that looks. Blue skies, vibrant greens, high up in the air, jumping around. It looks cool. Looks really cool. And I like female protagonists too, so that's a bonus. I am automatically at least 35% more interested when it's a female protagonist. Hey, what's up, Nekos and Poppy? Yeah, I'm watching all this stuff for the first time. People are filling me in on what I missed. How's it going, by the way, DP Music? Kingdom Hearts mechanics? I don't see that at all. Oh, Luminous Production actually literally worked on Final Fantasy 15? Well, there you go. That's another connection. Hot, alright? Yeah, it looks cool, dude. That looks great. Alright, what do we got? Ghostwire Tokyo? That sounds pretty cool. No idea. We're gonna get Final Fantasy 16 with an all-female party now. Well, if we're talking about, like, Final Fantasy, like, games where there's, like, not just one character, it's like a party system, you need a variety. Whether it be fighting games, RPGs, or whatever, you can't have... It's just not an interesting dynamic if you have nothing but, like, you know, waifus, and it's also not as good if it's just a whole bunch of dudes. You need, like, that good mix between the two. Like, there's two opposite ends of the spectrum where it's like... You got games like Arcana Heart, where it's like every character is a female waifu. And it's like every character is like cutesy. So there's nothing for like the guys that want that cool, tough fighter, right? Then you've got games like Mortal Kombat, where it's like it does have girls, but pretty much even the girls in Mortal Kombat games look like fucking butch dudes. Like, they don't know how to render attractive female characters a lot of the time. So you've got, like, really gritty, tough-looking characters, whether it be dudes or girls or whatever, and everybody just looks super fucking... Yeah, I mean, there's some you could be like, oh, well, no, Melina, you know? It's like, okay, well, I mean, she looks alright. You're talking about, like, one, but even then, in the style that it's rendered in, you've got, like, really dirty, gritty, like, Mortal Kombat-style characters. There's not really any strong waifus in Mortal Kombat. Some people would probably argue with me and go, nah, man, Melina or Katana or whatever, but it's like, I don't know, I really don't think they're not, like, high tier. Like, you wouldn't put them above other characters, I guess. My point is that you've got, like, really cutesy dynamic, and you've got the real gritty. There's probably a better example than Mortal Kombat, but that's the one that kind of comes to mind, you know? So if you have, like, a Final Fantasy game, you need a variety. You need, like, a cool guy, a big tough guy. You need, like, a cutesy girl. You need, like, a dark goth girl. Then you need, like, a really, you know, peppy one or something like that, a more girl next door thing, you know? You need like variety and personality and style. If you have just a whole bunch of girl characters and you've kind of narrowed your shit down, I think that's kind of like Final Fantasy 15's a bunch of dudes, you know? They're at least a bunch of different dynamics, but it's like all dudes in your party. It's like a boys trip. You know, there are girl characters in there, and I think occasionally like one or something might join your party temporarily, but it's namely a story about a bunch of dudes taking a road trip together, which I guess is that's the whole point, right? I mean, it would really probably fuck up the whole game's dynamic, but I'm not saying that they should add a girl character. I'm just saying that you're limiting your dynamic, I guess. I don't know. Don't listen to me. What the fuck do I know about? Skyrim meets Persona. No, I don't want to demand female, and I don't think they should change things. I'm just saying that you're limiting your dynamic. I don't want Arcana Heart to change, and I don't think Mortal Kombat should change. You know, they are the way they are, but I think variety is good for, like, Final Fantasy. Like, could you imagine if you were playing Final Fantasy VII and there was, like, and you replaced Tifa and Eris and like, Yuffie with just other dude characters? That would suck. That'd be crappy. Even if they were really cool dude characters. Jade is hot as shit. Yeah, but I don't think she's as hot as other characters from other games. Anyway. Ghostwire Tokyo. Tokyo, Japan. Wow, they did a great job.
You see things others can't.
Damn, that's pretty accurate to what
Hear
Tokyo
threats others don't.
looks like. Oh. Is this a horror game?
Fight when others won't.
Slenderman?
It's up to you to save Tokyo.
Well, what? It's like a BioShock horror game. Ghostwire Tokyo. I'm intrigued. It's interesting to see the BioShock like combat system come back in some way. I mean, that totally is what it looks like, right? I'm not alone on that. Let's kick some yokai. I thought it was a Bleach game at first? How the hell would you think that was a Bleach game? You're crazy. Bleach game fighting ghosts? Hey, have a good day at work, Amnitron. Later, man. No? Just me? Nobody else thought? Man, it looks like everybody thought all kinds of different stuff. Bleach, Mob Psycho. That totally looks like BioShock, but a horror game. It's cool. Looks like it'd be really good. I think I'd enjoy the setting more than anything else. It looks like they did a really great job of capturing like an accurate looking Japan. I know that's well. I mean, to some extent, to say it was Bleach I mean, that's such a small part of it. Like, Bleach is, it's like you, oh man, that's like such a, yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, the concept, I guess you can make parallels with the concept a little bit, but it's nothing like Bleach. Like, fucking at all. Has more in common with The Ring, which is not much. Bioshock was the first that came to mind. Oh, okay, cool. So, yeah. Demon Souls PS5 reveal trailer. I've never played Demon Souls, but I am aware of it. Or Dark Souls. I've heard some people making some pretty harsh comparisons. X-Men?
Hi everyone, thank you for being with us today for this very special event. But before we get to the end of the show, I have something very near and dear to me.
I played Sekiro and a little bit of Bloodborne. Damn. Demon Souls. That's really cool, man. I'm really happy for, you know, for the people that have been wanting that. I know that there was a lot of issues with Demon Souls, like the original game.
Deathloop is a next-gen first-person shooter about rival assassins.
11 years. The Villager trailer is hype. I think we're about to watch Resident Evil 8 next. I haven't seen that yet. People were hoping for Bloodborne 2. I think that'll happen eventually. I mean, they have these IPs now. They've done this incredible job of making a franchise or like a series that has just gone super popular and actually had successful spin-offs, right? Like Demon Souls didn't get a lot of love. Dark Souls blows up, and then because Dark Souls blows up, people find out about Demon Souls. So Demon Souls becomes this hipster pick that a lot of people didn't play before and missed out on but then came back and found from Dark Souls. Then Dark Souls had what? Bloodborne? Bloodborne was just as well received, if not even more well received than Dark Souls. And then they made Sekiro, and Sekiro was kind of a mixed bag for a lot of people because it's significantly different. Sekiro wasn't really supposed to be a Dark Souls game. It was originally going to be a Tenchu game. And then they were like, well, turn it into Dark Souls because that stuff sells. And so you got a mixed game. I really feel like Sekiro should have been a Tenchu game. But I still love Sekiro. I wonder what it would have been like if they had just like made it Rikimaru from Tenchu and done all that shit. That would have been pretty cool, but I still like what they did with it. But a lot of people from Bloodborne and Dark Souls weren't feeling it. So that's kind of a mixed bag as far as success goes. But yeah, man, they've made IP so they can make a Bloodborne 2, and people are gonna get excited for that the same way. Like, it doesn't feel like they're making another Souls game. If you make Demon Souls Remastered, people are going to be stoked. It's like, oh man, Demon Souls is back. They're not thinking, oh man, we just got a Sekiro game, last year. Or if they put out Bloodborne, they're not like, oh, another Souls game. It's like people are excited for like new games, right? Like they essentially have 3 or 4 existing IPs now that kind of follow they're from the same people, and they kind of follow that really harsh formula. But people are getting excited for them because they're different games. So they're literally shitting gold right now. They're like, you put out a new Dark Souls, bam, the Dark Souls people are stoked. You put out another Bloodborne 2, or if you put out another Bloodborne, holy shit, another Bloodborne, fuck yeah. You put out Demon Souls Remastered, oh dude, Demon Souls back. So, you know what I mean? Like, they can literally be jumping in between these different series, and people are getting super fucking hyped. And it's awesome. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. I think it's fucking cool. I'm happy for those people that are happy. Yo, what's up, Slugs? They aren't remaking it. Blue Point game is. Ah. So it's not from Software? Surprising. The Shadow of the Colossus remastered dudes here in Austin. Oh, dude, the guys that made the Colossus, Shadow of the Colossus remaster in Austin? Ooh, I didn't know that. Do you know the guys? I want them to sign my collector's edition. I got the Shadow of Colossus on PS4. Collectors, I'd like for them to sign my box. That's really cool. If it's from the same guys that did that, then they're in good hands. Because I fucking love that remake, like, so much. So good. Means FromSoft can work on Elden Ring. Hopefully Bloodborne too. Yeah. When they eventually announce a Bloodborne 2, I feel like that's when Bloodborne 1 will come to PC. Remaking the original studios, making all right. Demon Souls is an ass game. Yeah, that's what I was just saying before we were watching the trailer. I remember a lot of people were like, yeah, dude, if you go back and play Demon Souls, there's some bullshit in that game. Like, apparently when you, like, try to attack enemies and you're, like, stuck, if you're, like, in a narrow hallway, you can't even attack. Your sword, like, bounces off the fucking wall, so you can't even, like, attack back. You're, like, defenseless. Sucks. Yeah, it's not newbie friendly. That's why I'm really surprised when people don't say, like, oh yeah, Demon Souls is the hardest. Because it's got the most bullshit, right? Out of all of them, I think I've heard people say Dark Souls 3 is the easiest. I don't know, man. The stuff between all the games, I haven't played them myself, so, like, my opinion isn't shit. I'm only parroting what I've heard, but, like, Demon Souls sounds like it's the most bullshit. You kill an NPC in the OG game, you can't buy stuff from them anymore, etc. Oh, yeah. I thought that was the thing in other ones, though. If you killed an NPC in another game, you would, like, it was like, you're done. You have it sealed in box for PS3. Oh, man. You have the one on PS3, too? I think we have 2 copies. Or we did. Yeah, we have 2 copies. I have a copy and Janelle has a copy of the HD collection on PS3. Then I have a PS2 copy as well. So I got the PS2, 2 copies on PS3, and then the collector's edition on PS4 for Shadow of the Colossus. Yeah, would you believe that I got the Shadow of the Colossus HD collection on PS3 for $10 when it first came out, day one? I was working at Best Buy and we had that video game magazine and there was always coupons in there. A lot of people were sleeping on that Best Buy gamer membership, whatever it was called. I think it was called Gamers Unlocked or something. And you get a magazine, and in the magazine every month there was like ridiculous coupons. And one of the coupons was for like $10 off, and you could use the coupon on top of sales. So day one, Shadow of the Colossus HD collection was like $40, but it was on sale for $20. So it was half off. Or no, wait, maybe it was $10 off. I think it was $30, and then we had a coupon in the magazine for $20 off. So you could get it for $10. So I got one for me, and then I bought one for Janelle or some shit. I don't know. I think I told all my friends about it. Yeah, I'd love to get that shit signed, man. You probably don't know those guys, but knowing that they're in Austin, maybe I'll hit them up and be like, hey, would you guys sign my copy? I'd love to put it on display. Still enjoying Sekiro, and now Sushi is coming out soon. Best give people some breathing room. Yeah, at least a year. You need at least a year, preferably like a year and a half to 2 years. Give people a chance to breathe, and make sure your game turns out good. You'd hate for them to be just doing that crunch for like 2 years straight. Dark Souls 1 to 3 and Bloodborne DS3. Oh, you played Dark Souls 1 to 3. So you played 1, 2, and 3 in Bloodborne. Dark Souls 3 is the easiest, but has the hardest bosses. Only played Dark Souls 1 partially. Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne. Bloodborne was your first Souls game? Yeah, that's your favorite one. One of these days I'll play it on stream and you'll be a happy boy. Don't know them. You applied to them back in the day. Ah. They missed out. They could have had you on the team. They were probably like, who's this D-Sleuths guy? All he draws is anime. Can he draw anything else that's not anime? This fucking guy sucks at drawing. But yeah, Demon Soul, that looks cool. Alright. So these last two trailers are the ones I really wanted to see. These are the two big ones. Resident Evil 8 and the new Spider-Man game. I haven't seen anything from either of these. Let's watch Resident Evil 8 first. I'm really excited for Spider-Man. There we go. You ready?
Long ago, a young girl went with her mother to pick berries for her father, who was hard at work. But the forest greeted them with a dark, cold silence. The bushes empty. Yet determined to find the berries, the rascal broke free of Mother's grasp and vanished into the trees. Mother's worried cries faded fast as the girl ran on, over vine, under branch, and into the forest deep.
What is it with that creepy story?
It's just a local tale.
You're really into that stuff?
Quit being so paranoid.
No! Friendly! Friendly! Who are you? Who sent you? What are? They're coming. Who is?
What the fuck was that? Village. Resident Evil 8.
Chris? Sorry, Ethan.
What the fuck?
Why?
PlayStation.
Wow. I'm trying to think of how to start. I don't know. Well, first of all, Resident Evil is clearly not Resident Evil anymore. This is not Resident Evil. It's like Outlast for Capcom. Chris, why is it Chris just looks like a completely different person every time we see him? Now he looks like a weird chubby version of Mr. X. But then last time we saw him in 7, he was like this overly skinny guy that looked like Junya. He looked like Anime Illuminati. And that, I don't know, man. I enjoyed 7, man. I thought 7 was a great game. I really liked a lot about how they handled that game, like with the creepy "the hills have eyes" type shit and the creepy family. But it wasn't very Resident Evil, but it was still fun, so I was like, that's fine. But it seems like they just want to take it in that direction. Resident Evil doesn't have shit to do with Resident Evil anymore. Like, wow, man. Chris doesn't look like... I think they're trying to shock you, like, Chris shot a child dead. And it's like, I think the idea is that the child's probably infected and he had to shoot the child. And they have Chris, a beloved character, shooting a child for shock value and go, whoa, what's happening in this game? But it's, it's probably an infected kid or something. But I don't know. That's, yeah, I think Ethan was the name of the guy from 7. Why did they bring him back? He didn't have any personality or any sort of hook in the game previous. Like, I don't understand why they'd bring him back. He literally had 0 personality. He was just a vessel for us to control. He had nothing going on. So you play Ethan in 8? Yeah, the only thing that's related is Chris shows up at the fucking end of 7, and then there's like a photo that has the Umbrella logo, and it's extremely loosely tied to like a child that was experimented on Umbrella and makes you see things and makes people delusional and crazy. It's so, I don't know, it's bullshit. But it was a fun game, so that's what's important, I guess. And my echo thought voice. I don't even think I can correlate my fucking thoughts. I mean, there was so much random shit, too. Like, what do I say about this? Here, hang on.
Quit being so barren.
Where is it? Things just started getting really wackadoo around here. Like, this is kind of my thought process. It's kind of like this. Hang on. Hang on, I got a different voice. Hold on. Test, test. Test, test. Yeah, that'll work. Here we go. Is that a goat? Is that an old lady? Wait. Are these a bunch of prostitutes from the 18th century? Is that a werewolf? Is that a fucking vampire hunter? Ninjas? The fuck is this game? That's my thought process. Like what? Like right at the end, I was so baffled because it just threw all this random shit at me. Like, is that a fucking werewolf? Is that a vampire hunter? Oh, and here's Chris shooting your child.
Why?
And then Ethan's like, what the heck? You shot my child. Why'd you shoot my child? Ugh. Is Resident Evil about tropes and beats? I don't fucking know what it's about anymore, man. He's chunky, dude. Chunky boy. It's definitely not about zombies anymore. It's not about the existing characters. It's not about Umbrella. It's not about zombies. It's not about being in a mansion or Raccoon City. It has nothing to do with any of that shit. Now it's just like Outlast. It's Capcom's Outlast. Seems just like a roller coaster ride. It seems like one of those games that's going to be really fun for like a one-time playthrough, and then you're like, that was cool, and then you never touch it again. Have you ever noticed that you do that with a lot of modern games, chat? I say you because I assume that we're all in the same mindset that I have, which is probably really narcissistic. But the point is, like, do you play like a lot of modern games and you're like, wow, that's really fun, I recommend it, and you never fucking touch it again, right? I think I was getting into a conversation with one of my friends about this, that a lot of these story-based games or cinematic enhanced games, you don't come back and play anymore. And I was trying to figure out why that was. And I think a lot of it has to do that it's great for a first-time playthrough, but then like when it literally needs to hinge on the gameplay aspect, a lot of your gameplay takes a back seat to cinematic storytelling. That's either unskippable or like they take control of your character and then suddenly you can't move, and you know, they'll make your character walk, and yeah, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of modern games are both enhanced and also hindered in their replay value because of that shit. Resident Evil 4 with gothic werewolf setting. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it could be cool, dude. Like, it clearly has nothing to do with Resident Evil anymore. Which is really funny, because I remember Resident Evil 7 came out, and a lot of people were saying the same thing. They're like, this really doesn't look like Resident Evil 7. And a lot of those people were shut down by people going, shut up, you know, it just looks like fun. They're trying something new. Give it a shot, blah, blah, blah. Wait till you play it, and, you know. And we did, and it was good, and a lot of people really liked it, and everybody was having fun with it. But now I think because that was so well received, it just completely went off the rails with this one. Now it's like werewolves and vampires in a gothic setting. Their justification for the stuff that happens in Resident Evil 7 that's very supernatural is the fact that it's not really happening, but it's happening inside your head. Because the little ghost or the little infected child can like infect your mind and control what you see and affect what you see. And then on top of that, people are actually being infected. So like any ghost paranormal stuff was justified in this weird bullshit excuse that the child is making you see things. But they were still mutations because that takes place in Resident Evil. So like zombie stuff, like that old woman that turns into a giant spider and shit like that. That stuff can still happen. But in this one, I don't know how the fuck they're going to justify vampire hunters, werewolves, 18th century prostitutes, and ninjas and shit. Like, what the hell? What the fuck is going on anymore? Cult worshipping thing? Yeah, it looks like it's gonna make for a great game. Right? I think it looks like a cool game. I just don't think they should really stop calling this shit Resident Evil. They should have started a new franchise. But you know, it's that scenario where they're way too afraid to make a new IP because they're afraid it'll suffer. If they call it Resident Evil, people will buy it just to see what it is. They should have just called it some other shit. Yeah, exactly. Look what happened with Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 was a great deviation from classic Resident Evil games, where Resident Evil 4 was nothing like the Resident Evil games before it, but it was a huge success and people really liked it. Then you got 5, and 5, nothing like Resident Evil games. They're not scary. They're all action-based. But at least they're still grounded in the story and still kind of make sense from the lore. And it's probably one of the best co-op games ever made. But then you got Resident Evil 6, right? 6 was this over-polished turd of a game. And that's where we ended up. And I feel like that's where we're going again, right? It's like classic Capcom, classic Resident Evil, and then you get to like Code Veronica, and things start to get a little rocky, and they're like, let's mix things up. And they're like, all right, here we go. Bam, Resident Evil 4. Ooh, this is sick. All right, Resident Evil 5. This is also super fun. Not very scary, but I'm having fun. And then 6, you're like, ooh, shit. Yeah. This is really bad. This is really bad. What an overcooked dog turd this is. And they're like, oh, fuck, now we gotta mix it up again. What are we gonna do now? Resident Evil 7 looks like Outlast, and we're returning to our spooky roots. That was the problem. Everybody didn't like 6 because it wasn't really scary. Now we're gonna make it scary, but now we've completely abandoned the lore. Okay, and everybody's like, wow, this is great. Everybody loves 7. Well received, well reviewed. It's really cool. It was good. And then we're like, all right, more of that. 8. And then it's like, okay, well, you've gone so far off the rails now from what Resident Evil originally was. Maybe we should just not. Just leave Chris out of it. Chris is the only part that ties anything to Resident Evil. Chris is like, he's like the glue. He's the representative to be like, all right, it's still Resident Evil. I'm here. I'm Chris. I'm gonna go punch a boulder. You know, like, what the fuck? So weird. Yeah, EA did add a bunch of games to Steam today. They've actually been on there for a few days, maybe a week. They added like Need for Speed games, some Dragon Age games. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. You didn't bother with Resident Evil 3 Remake? Dude, that was I mean, no kinda about it. That was a huge disappointment to me. I don't think it was a bad game, but man, what a bad remake. I like the trailer and I'm excited. Yeah, the trailer's cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. This trailer's really dope. I like the werewolf and I like that 18th century setting. It looks good. I'm gonna play it, right? I'm not trying to sit here and be like it looks like shit because it's not Resident Evil. I don't give a fuck. As long as it's fun, but you should really abandon that title. What makes a Resident Evil game? Zombies, Umbrella, and like the virus. Namely, it has everything to do with like the virus, Umbrella, who's behind it, and like zombies. But they've like twisted it into being completely something different. It's not really, it doesn't really come down to gameplay. It's not the gameplay that's the problem here. It's all this other crazy bullshit. We have werewolves now? Like, what the hell? There's werewolves. Imagine being the original creator for Resident Evil and then seeing what Capcom's done with your series and watching Resident Evil 8 trailer. Whoa, what is Capcom doing with my IP that I started for them? Oh, Jesus, is that a werewolf? Is that a ninja? Is that a fucking vampire hunter and 18th century prostitutes? Hello? Chris is the only thing that connects it now. Chris was... to say Chris was in 7... Chris showed up for literally 2 seconds at the very end of the game. And he did shit. You could have replaced Chris with my fucking grandmother. It would have been the same shit. He doesn't look anything like Chris in this trailer or in 7. Especially in 7. He didn't look anything like Chris in 7. He didn't look like classic Chris. He didn't look like 5 Chris. He just looked like some fucking generic white dude named Chris. Hasn't Ari always had weird shit like giant snakes and statue monsters? No. Giant snakes are like mutated. I didn't see any giant snakes in this. There's no fucking werewolves. How the fuck does the mutagen make a goddamn werewolf? It's literally a fucking werewolf. They also don't have paranormal stuff. But their justification for paranormal... Because the virus can't make paranormal shit. It's not going to make ghosts. But if they want spooky ghosts in their game, they need to find a way to make that work. So in Resident Evil 7, there's paranormal shit. I'm like, well, how does that happen? And then you find out at the end that the little girl's been, like, fucking with everyone's heads because she can, like, manipulate the world around you and, like, warp reality and what you see and you're experiencing in your own head. Because she was mutated and tested on by Umbrella or whatever the fuck. That was their, like, excuse. So it's one thing to have, like, giant snakes that have been, like, mutated, or fish, or monsters, or whatever. But when you start adding vampires and ninjas and other weird shit, like, you just crossed over. Yeah, Chris has his own DLC in 7. I actually want to go back and play all the DLC for 7, too. Anyway. Let's check this shit out. This is the one I'm really excited for. I want to see this Spider-Man DLC. Or not DLC, I'm sorry. It's a new Spider-Man game. Yes! I'm so excited. Is this on... This is going to be on PS5, right?
A hero's just someone who doesn't give up. Your dad said that. He was right. Now it's your turn.
Thanks for the host,
Be a
Misfit
hero,
Gaming.
Miles.
Miles Morales.
Let's do this.
Ooh. Oh. Oh my god, yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Dude, I called it. Do you guys remember when I was playing Marvel Spider-Man and I said, dude, they're totally leading up to Miles Morales taking over and being the new Spider-Man. As I told y'all in the next game, it's either going to be like half Spider-Man and then the last half where you play Miles Morales and he takes the helm, or it's just going to be straight up Miles Morales.
Your dad said that.
And I was right. I mean, it was pretty obvious, but you know they could have gone back or forth. Like, they could have set it up and then not done it. But yeah, dude, this was so fucking cool. Hang on, let me just see this again.
Okay, let's do this.
Damn. PS5. Dude, that looks so good. Holiday 2020. Guys, let's be real. There's no fucking way this is going to come out in time for Christmas of this year. There's no way in fucking hell. Holiday of 2020, my ass. This is going to be like a summer release next year. No fucking way this is coming out. Makes you want to watch Spider-Verse all over again. Yeah, Spider-Verse is really good. Spider-Man plus stealth gameplay, gonna be fun. Yeah, that's what I keep on saying. A lot of people really underestimate the stealth mechanics of like a Spider-Man game. They did it really well in, well, you know, Marvel Spider-Man had some decent stealth sections, but it was really good in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game. They had a lot of stealth sections where you had to like sneak past all the guys and take them out to get to the new suit, like the new tech. Those were super fun. Especially with Miles Morales, because he has the ability to make himself invisible. So they'll probably have like a mechanic where he makes himself invisible for like a period of time. You probably have to use that to sneak around. Yeah, man, that looks really good. That was really good. This little part where he's flipping through the air. The problem I'm having is that I can't tell what's gameplay. It said captured on PS5, but you don't know what's gameplay and what's not. Like, this kind of looks like it could be gameplay, but it kind of looks like in-game engine cutscene stuff, right? Where he's like swimming around here. It looks like it could be, but, you know, I don't know. Probably not. Regardless, it's gonna be fucking sweet, dude. Damn. I get chills. I get absolute chills. Woo! They also set up Venom in Marvel Spider-Man. Dude, that would be cool if Miles Morales got to fight Venom. Woo! Yeah, man. Oh, and we'll also get some different Spider-Man costumes again. Man, I wonder which ones they're gonna have. I hope they has Ben Reilly. Ben Reilly's my favorite. I want the Ben Reilly Spider-Man costume. Scarlet Spider and Ben Reilly. Those are like the two, or at least two of the best costumes in all the suits that they've ever made, in my opinion. I also like Spider-Man 2099. Those are my top three, I think. Yeah, they're setting it up for it to be a holiday, obviously, around Christmas. I don't think so. What are we in? Yeah, it's like 6 months from now. I don't think that shit's going to be ready in 6 months. It'd be nice to be wrong, though. Yeah, it doesn't look like any gameplay. I think I'm getting too excited and I'm being fooled by the in-game cutscene shit. Yeah, I also like the music with it. I think the music's extremely appropriate. It works. What was that other trailer we watched where the music didn't work? What was it, like God something or other? And they were playing like this weird hip-hop rap or some shit. But it looked like something that was taking place in medieval... Yeah, Godfall. It's like they put hip-hop over it. I'm like, what the hell is that? It was like taking place in medieval times and had this weird hip-hop rock. It looks more like a transition if anything. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I'm not really too concerned, man. It's from the... I mean, they're using the same engine, assets. They already have, like, an amazing foundation to make an incredible game and expand upon it. That's why I'm really excited for this one. Not only that, but Miles Morales is such an interesting character, right? Like, I've had someone tell me that they liked Miles Morales because they said Peter Parker is just a very boring, bland character. Which I don't think is true at all. That's bullshit. I think Miles Morales is an interesting character, but I think Peter Parker has had some interesting arcs and had some like tough decisions he's had to overcome. So it's not like he's bland and boring. But Miles is a very interesting character. And you know what's funny is that I remember in, man, what was it? I remember in like 2014. I think it was 2014, maybe even 2013, when there was that rumor going around that there was going to be a new Spider-Man movie and they said that they were gonna make Spider-Man Black, and there was all this backlash. Do you guys remember that? Because I remember a lot of people were pissed off. There was like a rumor that Danny, oh no wait, not is it Donald Glover or Danny Glover? I get them confused. Oh man, who am I thinking of? Trying to remember his name. I always confuse it with an actor. Danny Glover, that's what it is. I always get those names confused. Yeah, dude. Or Danny? Is it Danny? I don't fucking remember. Anyway, there was like a rumor. A lot of people thought he was going to be the new Spider-Man. All this back. Oh, this is stupid, blah, blah, blah. Making Spider-Man Black and all this other shit. And it's like, what? And people were mad. And I was talking to my friend that actually reads comic books. I was talking to my friend Damon. And he was like, yeah, man, like the reason those rumors happened is because there's Miles Morales. And I wasn't too familiar with Miles Morales. I think I had seen him a couple of times, you know, on some Spider-Man comic books, but I didn't know who he was. And he explained who he was, and he's like, yeah, man, I think they're trying to make Miles Morales like the new Spider-Man. And I remember saying, well, the only way people are going to fucking accept, like, Miles Morales as, like, the new Spider-Man, or for him to take the helm, is they have to build up his character and have people like him. You have to make Miles likable. You can't just swap Peter Parker for Miles Morales and not expect people to be pissed off. You have to really get people to like him. You have to tell his story, and people have to take to him. And I kind of noticed over the years that they've been doing that. Over the past 5 years, they've been introducing Miles Morales slowly but surely through different forms of media, not just comic books. And in every form that they introduce him, they make him extremely great. Like in the Into the Spider-Verse, almost that entire movie is dedicated to showing you Miles Morales' character and why you should like him, and they make him like relatable. They show you like the struggles he has to go through becoming Spider-Man and his family, and yeah, they did a great job. And then they had Miles Morales in the game, Marvel Spider-Man, where there's kind of like, you can tell they're kind of like pushing towards it, but not so far that they couldn't back out. You know what I mean? They didn't like end it. Well, I guess they actually kind of did, didn't they? They did kind of set it up with Miles Morales playing a bigger part, because at the end, Spider-Man and Miles Morales are both hanging upside down on the ceiling in their apartment. But yeah, they kind of like, they made him really likable and funny, and in the game as well. And I think there was some other stuff that they introduced him in too, so they kind of like warm you up to it over the years. Now it's at the point where, I mean, honestly, some people, maybe even myself, might like Miles Morales more than Peter Parker. I'm still not sure about that one, because I really like Peter Parker a lot. But Miles Morales is an interesting character and an interesting Spider-Man. So getting to see him in a game like this, taking the forefront, you have the chance to make an incredible story and really step up what it is to be like Miles Morales and Spider-Man, man. I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling. You guys get what I'm saying, though, right? It was the same year they killed off 616 and Ultimate Spider-Man? Oh, was it? Then what the fuck am I thinking of? Danny Glover is Lethal Weapon. Donald Glover is young Lando Calrissian. Alright, cool. Donald Glover is what I meant. Danny Glover is Lethal Weapon. Dude, if there's any evidence to how old my fucking dumbass is, it's when I'm referencing actors from Lethal Weapon. Yeah, you kids know. Danny Glover? Yeah. Miles and Dr. Octo were the new Spider-Man. Oh, right. Dr. Octopus was supposed to be a Spider-Man for a while, wasn't he? Forgot about that. Have I seen Spectacular Spider-Man? Have I seen it? You mean like the comic books? Danny Glover's like 70. Danny Glover is Spider-Man. They're like, all right, old man, get out of the wheelchair. It's time to fucking be Spider-Man. I get to see the. It's like in the newspapers, like Danny Glover died on the set of Spider-Man today. Like, oh shit. What were we thinking, bringing a 70-year-old man out of retirement to be Spider-Man? Idiots. Yeah, it's a pretty good song. Yeah, dude, I'm really excited for this. It's really good.
Okay, let's do this.
Damn, that's great. That's so great. Yeah, I mean, I could watch this a bunch of times. This is a well done trailer. Absolutely. You know, I really hope they bring back Peter Parker, though, too. Like, I want the whole game to be about Miles Morales and his story. But because Peter Parker exists in the first game, you could easily take him with his animations and, like, give him, like, a mission where he pops in to help. Or you swap between the two characters. Or maybe make him DLC or something like that. Like, add him in. I think that would be cool. I'd be super down for that. And they could have like 2 different animations.
A hero's just someone who doesn't give up.
But yeah, man. Super excited for that. Was there anything else that I missed, chat? I didn't mean to spend fucking 2 hours catching up on PS5 and game trailers announcements. I really fucked up. Maybe I should have watched this live earlier today. There was. Yeah, was there anything else you guys wanted me to watch before I start playing Final Fantasy X again? Sounds like a side game or DLC. Yeah, but I mean, the character already exists. There's no reason to not make him like an alt character when he's already completed, right? Seems like it makes sense to me. Let me see. It says video unavailable. Can a bridge? Can a bridge of spirits? I've never heard of this. I have no idea what the hell this is. Bug snacks? What? This one is something I don't know. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time watching dumb shit. Bug snacks? You really want me to watch bug snacks? Really? Come on, man. What the hell's wrong with you? It caught people's eye, no joke. Okay, you know what? Here we go.
Amazing, aren't they? Half bug, half snack. A very recently discovered species, entirely unique to this island. Oh, this one's lively. Beautiful seed patterns. Oh, and it's tasty too. Welcome to the island of bug snacks.
From the creators of Octodad. Ah, that would explain it.
invitation is open. Come join me on the island of bicycles.
Liz! I was trying to carry a lamp with my weenie hands, but I dropped it, and now the town's on fire.
Oh, again?
It seems like the only reason it caught anybody's eye is because it's from the creators of Octodad. I mean, no hate if somebody's into that sort of game. It's definitely not for me. I don't even know what that game's about. I guess you catch bugs and eat them, I guess. See, what's that other one you linked me? What is this? Stray? That sounds interesting. I don't know what that is. Silly, but from the reactions I saw, people are at least curious. I don't know, man. That just sounds like people not wanting to be a dick. Hey, that looks cool. Yeah, I don't know what it's about, but that's cute, I guess. It's like, dude, what was the trailer? Some strawberries had eyeballs. A walrus with a girl voice was narrating over it like a documentary, ate it, got a strawberry hand, and then they showed a bunch of weird animals that looked like they were made of food, and you had a net, I think, kind of like Animal Crossing. The end. Oh, what the fuck? What am I supposed to take from that? Like what am I supposed to get from that? Maybe I'm being overly harsh. I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe it's really cool, man. Maybe it scratches that Animal Crossing itch if you don't have a Switch. I have no idea. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the other thing too, D-Slugs. It's like the Wii era of graphics. And I'm not one of those people that's like all about graphics. But come on, man. That looks like mobile phone Wii graphics, kind of like what you're saying. They just look like really crisp Wii graphics, like you could put it on a phone. Was it crab apple? Oh, well, crab apple, a fucking crab apple. You're a crab apple. I mean, I liked Octodad, right? And that game had kind of like older looking graphics, but the gameplay was really fun. You played a dad that kind of like was an octopus, and you struggled to like do basic things. It was like a physics game almost. The first time I played Octodad, it was a race between me and Nirm. Nirm hadn't played it before either, so we did like a dual stream or whatever it was, and we raced to see who could complete the game first. That was so much fun. It actually came down really close. It was real back and forth a couple of different times. I can't remember who won. I think I won? I don't remember. I think I won. I'm pretty sure I would remember if I lost, because then I'd be like, fuck, I lost. So I think I won. It was super close, though. And that shit was fun, but I don't know about that. You didn't get snubbed. It's right here, bro. I got you. I got these tabs open. Kino looks pretty good. Reminds you of Zelda. Bullshit. Even Angry Joe was interested. Well, no comment. No comment on that one. Oh, those are cute.
I know you are kind. You sense the power that flows through this land. Yet, you do not fully understand it. Driven by the belief that you can help these troubled spirits. But you cannot hide your weakness from me. You have no power here. Cannot.
Oh. Those little black things look like the Kokoro seeds you need to find around Breath of the Wild. Whoa, parry. Bridge of Spirits. Huh. Wow, you guys weren't kidding. That really does look like Breath of the Wild, but with like, you know, but it's not on a Switch. It looks like if Breath of the Wild was on fucking PS4 or something. That's pretty cool. That's some really pretty visuals. Looks like it could be a good time. Show a bit of gameplay. Looks pretty sick. Yeah. I mean, I think it looked pretty cool. They had like that parry. That was pretty dope. There's different towns. Boom! Parry. Yeah, man, I can see me sinking in some hours in this game. Announcement trailer. So they announced this today. Did they have a trailer before this? Because at first I was like, I feel like I've seen this before. Like the first part of this looked really familiar. So maybe there was a previous trailer like last year, and this is like an updated trailer with gameplay and stuff. You don't like the name? This game is from Capcom. Returnal. Alright, let's watch this one first. This one's called Stray. I like the atmosphere. I like really dirty, gritty, urban environments, especially if they're cyberpunk. It's like an aesthetic that I really, really enjoy. Hey, kitty cat. Got a little backpack. Robots everywhere. I guess this is somewhat cyberpunk. Do we play the cat? Huh. That's cool. What a cool concept. Playing a cat in a cyberpunk world surrounded by robots? Cool idea. Yeah, I wonder if it's gonna have like platform. I have no idea what it's about though. I wish there was. I wish they showed more. That's so neat. What a fucking cool idea. I mean, it could be a Metroidvania game. It could be like a 3D platformer. I mean, there's no telling what kind of game this could be. This whole section where it pans up and you're like traversing the area and climbing on stuff makes me think it might be a platformer or Metroidvania style game. When I say Metroidvania, I think like Ori and the Blind Forest or something like that. Yeah, dude, that's great. What a cool idea. Yeah, I want to see more of it, but I'm hooked on the concept. If the game looks cool at all, I'll probably play that for sure. This one's very bizarre. Destruction All-Stars? Dude, what is going on with my YouTube today? YouTube's all fucked up. Hyping up Stray, I don't care. You're hyping it up, you don't care just because kitty cats or what? You're gonna play this over Cyberpunk 2077, hands down? Are you kidding or are you for real? Just because it's a cool idea where you play the cat? I don't think you're kidding. I don't think you're kitten. Come on, that was pretty good, right?
Boo! You suck!
Yeah, I think something's going on with my computer right now. Everything's moving like really slow. It's very strange. Cats are how you win people over. Yeah, it's a backpack cat. Does anybody fully know what the concept is? In the trailer, it doesn't really convey. Have they, like, said what their concept is? Do you play, like, a cat that makes deliveries with its little backpack or something? What's up, Doomwave? What is this? I've seen this before. Nigga. Alright, which one are we gonna watch? You said this one's from Capcom, right? There we go.
Over and over, I relive my first moments on this alien planet. The crash. The attack. My death. The crash. The attack. My death. Trapped in this endless cycle. Even death is no escape. Each time I awake, this planet seems somehow different. As if changing. This world is becoming part of me. Infecting my mind. My memories. The longer I spend here, the more I can feel my sanity slip away. But I cannot lose hope.
Holy shit.
My only choice is to keep fighting. To keep looking for answers. My only hope is to break the cycle. Before the cycle breaks me.
Returnal. Fuck, that looks cool, man. Cool.
PlayStation.
This isn't from Capcom? Yeah, it says right there. Let's see. Sony, PlayStation. I guess it's from Sony. Dude, that looks great. Third person shooting. Kind of looks like Death Stranding with some action. With a, yeah, it looks like she kind of loops. Every time she dies, it just like, she loops back, but the world changes around her or something. Cool concept. Did they have a date for that? Yeah, it's a PlayStation exclusive. Doesn't look like there's a date. Check publisher, game sticks, and release dates. Yeah, they don't have any here. The combat of this game looks really fun. Yeah, it looked like they had, it looks like they gave your character different weapons to shoot with. And it looks like a really gritty world. I like her spacesuit. It looks really cool. Like detailed and like wrinkly. It kind of gave me like Alien Isolation vibes for a second, but I think that's just because she's in space and like, I don't know, the way she looked kind of reminds me of that. Yeah, that's totally cool, man. Alright. This one... What is this one? Destruction All-Stars?
Welcome to London! And our main event, looking to settle some scores and crush anyone in his way, Ultimo Barricado! Challenging him is John and a whole host of heavy hitters. It's time for Destruction All-Stars!
What? Wow. Oh man, what do you say about that? That's an interesting fucking game. My first thought was, oh man, what is this? Another fucking massive multiplayer fucking Overwatch clone, or like, I'm so sick of these, you know, and that's my first thought. But then like it kept going, and next thing you know, there's cars. I'm like, oh shit, is this Twisted Metal? So now we got like car combat, but then there's car combat and there's also people running around. And then like then later on they actually showed the cool characters. It's weird that they showed the less interesting characters at the beginning, but then later on you see like the cool characters, like the girl that's got like the cute like emoticon faces, or like Japanese kitty faces, or LED face. And then there's that cyborg that's doing parkour, and damn, man. Some of those character designs were badass. The parkouring ninja with the hoodie, that was fucking tight. He looked cool. I like racing games. I like parkour aspects. I just want to see how these things all mash together into a game. You know? Maybe you drive around in the car, and if your car gets blown up, you have to run around on foot. And then you can still like defend yourself while on foot and parkour around until you get into another car. I don't know, man. I'm intrigued, though. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, it was almost like a bait and switch. One team dodges cars. Oh, so it's like maybe one team is in the cars and the other team is outside the cars? Maybe. The cat head girl with a big butt got your attention. You know how this whole event opened up? GTA 5. Again. What do you mean, GTA 5? Oh, is this the last one? Fragment trailer? Okay. Damn, I didn't realize how many fucking games they announced today. Holy shit. This must have been all stuff for E3. No wonder everybody was super excited. We don't need to know how GTA 5 will be in PS5, Cliff, basically. I'm not sure I understand. They opened the PS5 event with a GTA 5 trailer. Oh. Gotcha. You would have been in LA at E3 this week? Ha! Instead, you're stuck at home like I would have been. How's it feel to be me, sloogs? Probably pretty shitty, huh? Gonna cry?
Nani. Now this one from Capcom, I got Returnal in this game confused herb.
Oh, okay, so this is the one from Capcom. Gotcha. GTA 5 expanded and enhanced for PS5, which essentially means that if you have the PC version of GTA 5, you're still good. Now you got GTA 5 that's almost as good as your PC, if you have the PC version. Excuse me. I legit thought this was a Kojima game. Yeah, dude, that car game was really cool. I hope I hear more about that. Oh, here we go. Alright, this one's called Pragmata. Pragmata. His mask kind of looks like Dead Space. Whoa.
What is that?
What?
Freedom. Our freedom.
Uh-oh. They're on the moon.
PlayStation.
Oh, that makes sense now. I saw a Twitter meme. I saw a meme on Twitter where it was... They said, be careful, last time Capcom put one of their IPs on the moon, they didn't come back. And then they showed that picture of Mega Man Legends 2. Poor Mega Man is still stuck on the moon, man. It's been like... What's it been, like 20 years? 20 years, and my man Mega Man is still stuck on the moon. He's never coming back. The game ended, and he's still on the moon. Yeah, I think it was like Roll and Tronbon were trying to work together to get Mega Man back off of the moon, but it like ended on that. It ended with that happening. So you figured that there was gonna be a Legends 3 and they'd get Mega Man off the moon, but fucking nope. Oh yeah, it's kind of like Vanquish too. Yeah. I don't think it's a new Dead Space or Dead Space-esque game, but his suit just kind of give you that vibe. I have no idea what to expect. A lot of these trailers are no gameplay. You know, they're all just like really cinematic trailers to get you hyped up. But it kind of sucks because you're like, whoa, that was really cool looking, but I don't know what to expect because we didn't see any gameplay. You know? I think that's the only shitty thing. Yeah, that cat is holographic. You can see, like, the cat's innards. It's really weird. Hey, what's up, Greater Fiend? Hope they show a Horizon limited edition console. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Maybe just before the second game comes out, I'll finally play the first one. I bought it like 3 years ago for $10 with all the DLC. It's like a Black Friday $10 deal. I have a gut feeling it'll be like Lost Planet. Ooh, Lost Planet. That's a game I haven't thought about for a long time. Lost Planet with the bugs and stuff, where it's like really cold. They had how many Lost Planet games did they make? Didn't they make like 3? The only one I really played was the first one. That's cool, but it is really cool. I feel like I'm not really adding too much, right? Like, hey, Battle, what do you think of that trailer? It was cool. I thought it was cool. Looked cool. Cool. Hey, what's up, Walker Costs? It's a Capcom one. Yeah, I never played Lost Planet 2. Never got to. Lost Planet 1 was great because it had titties. Do you guys remember the story for Lost Planet 1? And there was this... And it's supposed to be absolutely beyond freezing on this planet, and everyone's wearing all this snow gear, but they still had a girl with the front part of her coat zipped down to show off her big titties and cleavage. Even me at the time, I was like, bro, it's fucking freezing out here. Why you got your titties on display? Zip that shit up, man. Your nipples are gonna freeze off. What the hell is wrong with you? Capcom priorities. Alright, well, I guess that's all the trailers. I don't think there's anything else to watch. Was there anything else I should check out? I haven't seen the trailer for the system, actually. All I see is memes. Why does Sony always make these weird-ass commercials for their systems? It's always Sony.
Nani nani? Ready for this.
That is... the vents on the side. Damn, man. They really wanted to make some wild shit. Wait. How many USBs are there? Is there seriously only one USB? What is that, like an Android charging cable? Hello? There's 2 PS5s? What do you mean? What's the difference? Looks like a sci-fi vagina. That's fucking stupid, man. One USB and one older USB. What the fuck? They didn't want to show off the single USB port. There's no fucking excuse for that shit. Damn it. And it looks like, yeah, I mean, I guess it would make sense that they have a wireless controller. God, I hope they sell a wired one. Or at least have the controller stay connected if it's going to be connected via wire. It's like they designed a car and then turned it into a console. Oh. What? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is this? Hello? You can get your PS5 or your PS5 with a garage. What? Fuck couch co-op? Yeah, dude, that's trash. That's garbage. That's some fucking Apple iPhone dog shit. Where you only have one USB in the front. Even if they have another USB in the back, what are you doing? If I have friends over, how are we supposed to fucking play? Yeah, don't trust me. I have a lot to say about the fact that the console's white. I just wanted to get through this first. So what the hell? So one has a disk drive, the other doesn't. That's dumb. I don't like that at all. I don't understand why you would do that. Blu-rays are so 2010. Okay. This is just steering people towards the whole fucking digital distribution debate about physical media. And then you got these people that are coming out it's kind of good because it's forcing people to conversate about why the fuck you would want a disk drive on your console. There's a lot of reasons why you'd want a disk drive on your console. Physical media. Like, how are we still having this conversation about physical media? Like, if you're anywhere somewhat involved in the industry, whether you just play video games casually, or if you're, like, in the industry, how is it you don't understand how important physical media is? How much digital media have we lost over the years to where you have to still question whether or not you need a disk drive? Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Are they trying to be like PC? Like, are you trying to be like a computer? Like, you're not a computer, you're a console. Like, you're specifically designed for games. And even then, I still think you should have a disk drive in your computer. I have some friends that say they don't really need one, because anything they would need, they would just download. But I think a disk drive is really important if you're going to put music, if I want to put music CDs on my PC, you know? But that's just the PC. If you want to talk about, like, think of all of the digital content that you have completely lost and also paid for due to licensing expiring, them taking it off the store, your console bricked and it's not tied to an account, all of the digital games that have been lost on Wii U, games that have lost their licenses that you can't play anymore. There's Scott Pilgrim. There's the X-Men arcade beat 'em up. There's the Simpsons beat 'em up from Konami that came out in like 2012 or whatever the hell it was. And it was only on the store for like a year and they took it down. Dude, like, the list goes on and on. On top of, like, what you're saying, yeah, if you have Blu-rays, fuck you and your Blu-ray player, I guess. It just doesn't make any sense to me. and yeah, not only that, but how much space does a digital game take up? Like what was it? I remember I was playing Uncharted 4. That was an 80 gig install. 80 gigs. Some of these other games, like I hear of like Call of Duty and whatever, it's like 120 plus gigs of space. Yeah, it better be like a 5 terabyte. That's crazy, man. You just don't have room for all your digital content. You know, like even on PS4. On PS4, I bought the 500 gig. And that did not last. I was like, cool, I'll get the 500 gig. That way I have extra space, because that was the bigger one at the time. And I bought it, and I ran out of space pretty quick. And I was talking to my friend. He was like, yeah, we can upgrade your hard drive using a laptop hard drive. And you can just swap it out. And I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, will I lose anything, though? And I had PT on my hard drive, on my old hard drive. And he's like, don't worry, we can transfer everything over. Well, something happened. And we fucked up, where once we put the new hard drive in, the stuff from the old one wasn't transferring. And then even when I tried to check it, it just wasn't there. So I lost my copy of PT when I upgraded my hard drive. And I forgot what I upgraded it to. I think a 2 terabyte or something. And even with a 2 terabyte on my PS4, I'm like having to like delete stuff and make space from time to time. And it sucks. So, like, it's pretty crap. Like, digital distribution is convenient, but it definitely has its downsides. You don't have a disc on your work PC, but you barely use the disc drive on your PS4. Yeah, but, I mean, you also have to think about how often you're playing games, D-Slugs, right? Like, I spend most of my time playing on PC when I'm streaming these days, just because my PC is more powerful than my consoles. So if I have the option, I usually play on there. Also, most of the review keys I get to play, they prefer giving me PC keys instead of PlayStation keys, because I think PlayStation 4 keys cost them more, and they're a little bit more scarce to hand out. So usually if I apply for review keys, I just go with a Steam key, just to make sure I can get one. So whenever your kids want to play a game, while I play a game on my other PS4, we can't do it at the same time, only digital. And when my Wi-Fi was out, I couldn't play a digital game because it couldn't verify with the PSN that I owned it. Yeah, I did the same shit because, see, that's another thing I was talking about. Like Janelle loves sharks and she wanted to play Maneater. I got a PS4 review key for Maneater and I was streaming it. And then, so that she could play it in the living room, I made the living room PS4 my main account so that I could share with her account so she could play it in the living room. You know, so I could actually share a game. Whereas if it was physical media, I would just be like, here you go, Janelle, here's the game. She would just take the game, put it in the living room, and then play it. But instead, I had to log into my account in the living room, say that was my primary PS4, just so that I could share games with her on the living room one. Then I was here in my office, and I was trying to capture some footage or something like that on a game on Maneater, and then the internet went out, and I couldn't play the game anymore. It's like, oh, sorry, you're not online. We can't verify the game, blah, blah, blah. And it's my game on my account, but because it's not my primary PS4 anymore, I was unable to play it in the office anymore, which fucking sucks. Like, there's so much stupid digital distribution bullshit. Like, it's like a mountain of garbage. And, like, there's so many cons. And the pros are, it's convenient. It has all your games in one place. You don't have to get up to put the game in the system. You don't have to grab it. And it's just there. But, I mean, those pros just don't outweigh the cons. There's so many cons to digital distribution. And if, like, the biggest pro is that you don't have to get off your fat ass and put in a game, I mean, that's pretty shit, right? You won't have it forever. I bought the Metroid Prime trilogy on, I think it was the Wii or the Wii U. I think it was Wii U. I bought it on there, but I didn't have room on the Wii U for that and Fatal Frame 5 Maiden of Blackwater. The only way to get Fatal Frame 5 Maiden of Blackwater was to get it digitally on the Wii U in North America, which fucking sucks. There was no physical copies. So I had to delete Metroid Prime Trilogy from my Wii U to make room for Fatal Frame 5 Maiden of Blackwater, which was really fun and everything. But down the line, Nintendo just shut down the servers on the Wii U. So now I can't do shit. I don't have Metroid Prime Trilogy anymore. Fuck me and the money I spent on that, you know? Like, that sucks, dude. There's so many cases where you get fucked by digital distribution. And the other thing that I think that they're embracing it is that it's way cheaper for them. They get so much profits because they're selling games for like $60 because that's the norm. People are used to paying $60 for a game, right? So they're like, oh, we can sell this digitally for $60 as well. You can get it physically for $60 or digitally for $60, but it's all profit for them. Where if it's $60 and you buy it in the store, it's, you know, they have to pay for like distribution, making the discs, shipping the discs, and just all this bullshit. And then they have to sell it in the store and they take a cut. So it's like all this, right? And then so they end up selling it for $60, which makes sense, right? Because of all the thing that cuts in their profit. But when they're selling digitally distributed games for like $60, you can just like fuck off. Like that is, man, especially on PC. It's a lot cheaper on PC than it is on PS4s, and they're like selling you for like $60. And then here's the other thing: if you look into the copyright laws, or not copyright laws, I'm sorry. I think it's the licensing. If you buy a game digitally, I've heard people say that you don't actually own the digital copy of the game that you've purchased. They like to say it's they call it something else. It's called it's not games as a service, but it's like something license, like a lending license or some shit like that, where you're paying to play it, but you don't actually own it. Whereas if you buy like a physical copy of a game, you buy it and you own it and you keep it. And the reason that they call it that is to make sure that if you lose access to your digital copy of a game because they shut down the server, you won't be able to sue them and say that they took away your property. So if you took them to court, you're like, hey, what the fuck, Nintendo? I bought Metroid Prime Trilogy for X amount of dollars. Then you shut down the servers. Now I don't have access to the thing that I bought anymore. You can't take them to court and be like, you know, I don't have access to my game anymore. Because then they'd be like, oh, actually, if you see the blah, blah, blah over here, it says the licensing agreement for digital distribution is blah, 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 and fuck you. We can do that, you know? Whereas physical, it's like, that's your copy. Like, you own that. So the licensing is different. So going down this road of, like, digital distribution is, like, really shitty. So many cons. But you hear people go, hey, at least I don't have to get off my fat ass. I can literally just have my games. What do I want to play? And they cycle through their, like, 250 games digitally because they don't want to get up and actually grab the disc. I don't know about y'all, but I actually really enjoy getting up and picking out the game off my shelf. Like, it's kind of different for movies. Like, I get that. Like, when people talk about movies and they go to, like, Netflix and they just surf through all the different movies. Some people get joy out of Netflix and just seeing all the thumbnails and like maybe not even finding anything to watch, but going through everything. But it's like so much more convenient to watch a movie through there than just get up, try to find a movie on the Blu-ray and then like put it in. Or another good example is if you're watching a TV series, like Janelle's been rewatching all of Initial D. And that really, really sucks because Initial D has multiple discs and there's only like 2-3 episodes on each disc. So like every 40 minutes to an hour, she has to get up and swap discs. I'm like, wow, that sucks. Like that's a lot of getting up when you're comfortable on the couch and then having to put the next one in, you know, when you're just trying to chill and watch a TV show. Whereas Netflix just plays the next episode for you and you're just watching an entire series and binge watching. Right, so for movies, that kind of makes sense. With a game, you know, I like to go up, cycle through all my games on the shelf. I find a game, and when I find that game, I'm usually going to be playing it for a while. If not for several hours that day alone, the next following day, the next day, and the next day. So it's usually sitting in your console for quite a while, unless you're really jumping through games and just kind of marathoning a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I think for gaming it's just kind of different than it is for movies. On top of like the convenience of being able to play Blu-rays and all that other shit. So in a similar vein, I do share. Yeah, exactly. See, you get it, Greater Fiend. It's the same shit. As long as I have the game, whether it be digital or physical, I'm happy. But that's the problem. Whiskey is amazing. You won't have the digital copy forever. Eventually you're gonna lose that game. It's only a matter of time. When it comes to Nintendo specifically, especially with Nintendo, any purchases that you make with Nintendo is not tied to an account. So any digital games you've bought on any Nintendo console, you're fucked. Except for maybe Switch. If you have Nintendo Online, I think they have cloud saves, and even that doesn't cover. I don't think that covers digital games that you've purchased. I think that's just save files. So I think you're fucked. So if your Switch breaks, you lose all your shit. But like Wii U, on the Wii, if you bought anything on those, or Switch, or like if your console broke or got stolen, you lose anything you've ever bought on there. There was a story of a guy that had bought absolutely everything that was on like the Wii storefront, on the original Wii. He had bought, he had even bought like limited games that you couldn't buy, and they were like only on the store for a limited time, or they went through something else, like through the Nintendo Club or some other shit. And he had all these special games. It was a lot of money. I forgot what the number was. But when the Wii U came out, he was like, all right, I'm going to transfer my Wii all the way. I'm going to you could transfer your Wii stuff and all your games and stuff to your Wii U with like a transfer cable or through wireless or whatever. So he bought a Wii U, brought it home, transferred all of his stuff from his Wii to his Wii U, which would include games and everything. But then there was something wrong with the Wii U. It was either something was wrong with the actual console or the gamepad. I think it might have been the gamepad. So he brought the console back to the store, and then he swapped it out for another one. Came back, and he lost everything. Because it was tied to that console. So he tried to go back and get it back, but it was too late. And then like all this shit happened, so he contacted Nintendo, and Nintendo pretty much said, fuck you. And then there was this article about how he got screwed over, and then Nintendo finally gave him like a credit for like $250 or something really insignificant, which doesn't even cover a fraction of all the games that he had lost on his console. And yeah, man, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. Like, at least with PS5 or just PlayStation in general or Xbox, you have an account. Or same thing with Steam. You have an account that's tied to purchases. And with PlayStation and Xbox, if it's tied to your account, and as long as it's still available to download, you can still download it. So you could, like if your PlayStation breaks, you can just like log into your account on the new console, and then all your downloads are available. Unless they're not available for download anymore. Then they're not even on the storefront anymore. An example being like PT. They took that shit down. They don't want you to fucking download it. Doesn't matter that it's in your history. You're never gonna get PT now. So, but with Steam, even if those games aren't available for purchase or anything, you still have the ability to download them. That's what makes PC better in that scenario, where you can buy games, or even if the games aren't available anymore, like the original Grid racing game. That's not available for purchase anymore, but you can buy keys off of third-party sites and then use that key and then download it. Or if you had previously purchased it and downloaded it, you can still download it even though it's not available for sale. So you might not have that shit forever. Other kids playing the digital game on the other Switch. Your kid's playing Switch games digital. If another kid is playing a digital game on the other Switch, you have multiples of the consoles in your house. Yeah. See, it's an issue. Excuse me. Yeah, there's that too. No print cost. Yeah, exactly. No print cost for digital and not sold any cheaper. If they really want digital distribution to be the norm, they better fucking cut the price of everything in half. If you're doing digital distribution, there's no fucking reason to be selling stuff for more than $30. Because the profits are about the same, right? Most digital games are going to be most digital games would be like between 15 and 20 bucks. But for the bigger budget titles, I think you could justify 30. Right? But no, they're going to still sell them for 60 even though the profit margins are much higher on digital distribution. 5% at bare minimum to promote a digital purchase. Mm-hmm. A pro. GameStop goes out of business. Fuck you, GameStop. Yeah, it's total bullshit, man. Didn't know about Nintendo games attached only to one Switch thing. That's really stinks. It's always been like that. Not even just Switch. If your Switch breaks, you're fucked. If your Wii U, even if you had purchased things on the Wii U, if it wasn't downloaded already, before they shut the servers down, you're screwed. So I'm kind of fortunate because I have a digital copy of Fatal Frame 5 Maiden of Blackwater installed on my Wii U. And that was the only way to get that game. So at some point in time, I mean, you could get a physical copy from Japan. I don't think there was physical copies in Europe. I think that was the only way for Europe and America to get a copy of that game. And it had some like special costumes that were only in the North American and European release where you could unlock a Zero Suit Samus and a Zelda costume. So that's pretty cool. At least I have that rare digital game on my Wii U. I also have digitally downloaded and installed on my 360 Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the Simpsons beat 'em up game, the Ninja Turtles beat 'em up game. I even have the Ninja Turtles beat 'em up game reshelled, which was terrible, but that's not available anymore. The X-Men arcade beat 'em up. I have those all on my Xbox 360, and they're not available anymore for digital download. So, you know, if those got deleted or if something happened to the console, I'm pretty sure I'm fucked and I can't get those back. As long as people continue buying digital for the prices they set, they'll keep selling them at that price because it means more profits. Yeah, you're right. But that's the problem. A lot of people don't know. I'm hoping with this shit, with like a digital edition of PS5, people will really start taking note of how significant the physical stuff is. You know what else is kind of stupid? Imagine going over to a friend's place. You're like, hey man, I got the new fighting game. I don't know, fucking Tekken or Street Fighter or whatever. I'm going to bring it over. We can play it. And you bring it over, and he has the digital edition. You're like, you bring your disc over. You're like, oh, yeah, I only have the digital. I can't put the disc in there. And you're like, what the fuck, asshole? You got the digital version, so we can't fucking play fighting games? And then, on top of that, they only have one USB. How the fuck are we supposed to plug in our arcade sticks? Fucking dickheads. Nobody gives a shit about the FGC. Fucking sucks. Yeah, man, I'll let you borrow my game. Oh, just kidding. Congratulations, you bought the digital edition because you couldn't dish out the fucking $10 disc reader that's attached. How much do you think a disc reader really costs them to install that? That's like a power move. That's them trying to fuck people out of like physical media. How much do you think a Blu-ray disc reader costs on a PS5? And the thing is that Sony owns like they own Blu-rays and Blu-ray players. Like that's their tech. Other people have to pay to have a Blu-ray player on theirs. There's like royalties or some shit they have to pay to Sony every time. But since it's like Sony technology, it probably doesn't cost them shit. Like $10? $10, $20? What's the difference in price between these two? I haven't even finished this fucking trailer. I think I ranted for like 30 fucking minutes as soon as this popped up. Oh, here's the controller. camera. Oh, right. A bunch of accessories that'll end up in a drawer somewhere that you won't use. Hell yeah. No limits. Alright. Damn, man. No more couch co-op. Go fuck yourself. There's these accessories for multiple USB hubs. Dude, if you sell an accessory for multiple USB... Man, fuck you, dude. Just put another port in there, you dickheads. It's so asshole, man. Do you know how shitty this is going to be for tournaments if they're going to have fighting games on their PlayStations? You want to run tournaments with PlayStation 5 and only have one USB port? Fuck you, dude. Seriously, take it back to the drawing board. Add another port. Don't be a stupid asshole. There's no price yet. I can only imagine what this costs. Is there any word on backwards compatibility yet? Not really sold on the controllers, to be honest. Dude, I didn't even want to start going down that road yet. Like, white consoles... I hate white consoles, man. They get so fucking gross. Tell me, when's the last time you saw a Wii remote that didn't look like it was, like, just covered with Cheeto dust and, like, disgusting dead skin cells in every nook and cranny of that gross-ass shit? Like, white controllers and white consoles really look beautiful, you know, when they're on display and wiped down and new. But after, like, a little bit of time of use, they get super fucking grimy and gross. Think of all those nasty Wiis and Wii remotes. Those Wiis that get tinted by the sun. They're not white anymore. They're just yellow and dingy and gross looking. And then you got this Wii remote. Even if it had the rubber, the little protective rubber casing around it, they still look gross and slimy and disgusting. Dude, fucking ugh, nasty. Just make it anytime they make a white console, they go back to black consoles because they realize how fucking gross they look. They look like trash after like 6 months. Your white PS4 aged pretty well. It really, I mean, I guess maybe it depends on what you like on how you took care of it. If you're talking about the actual console, if you have a white console and it's just sitting there, the worst thing about white consoles is that they look extra dusty faster. You know, it's like if you had a white shelf, you're gonna see all that dust. It's gonna be way more noticeable. So they start to look really dusty sitting on your entertainment center. But the main thing I'm talking about is like white controllers. White consoles can look really dingy, like Super Nintendos. Super Nintendos aren't even fully white. They're like gray. But how many like yellow Super Nintendos have you seen? Right? Or even just Nintendos. Like those can kind of look like a little beat up. You know which one actually a lot of the time looks okay? Or Dreamcasts. But I've seen some yellow Dreamcasts too. But the controllers, man. Just white controllers are such a bad idea. You have to get like a pick and go through like the crevices of your controller and get all those dead skin cells out of there. Blah. Yeah, it's gonna be yellow in like 2 years. I think only because the PS4 games are guaranteed. PS5. You want a friend to come over? Real gaming nerds don't have friends. Get online, fucking idiot. Boomer dinosaur. Hopefully a blackout version comes out soon. Yeah, honestly, I'm not really interested. But this thing's gonna fucking dominate though. I would really rather wait for like a newer version of the PS5 where they add 2 USB ports and they have like a black version that doesn't get all gross, or controllers that are black so they don't look all crappy. Like, and the thing is that they made part of it white and the other part of it black. It's not even the whole thing's white. Like, the parts that you wouldn't, of the controller that you wouldn't want to be white are the parts that are white. where your hands are all the time and your hands are getting all grimy and gross. White buttons, white D-pad. But the part that you barely touch, that's the part that's black. If they inverted the colors, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Still be shit. But I don't know, man. There's going to be some crazy launch titles for this, and it's going to sell like hotcakes. Especially if, like, Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man with Miles Morales is going to be on PS5. I'm really excited for that. There's a lot of great titles. We just watched, like, what, 12 trailers for PS5 games? There's going to be a lot of crazy games. It's going to... I don't know, man. It's going to cost as much as a video card. Probably more. It's like, do you want a PS5 or do you want a 2080? I guarantee you it's going to be at least $500, $600. It gets dusty, but it's easy to clean. Yeah, the consoles, not the controllers. That shit's gross. Yeah, Demon Souls. You do love this, though. Dude, there's so many memes. Janelle, that's like the first one I saw. I woke up today and I was just like avalanched with PlayStation memes. These PS5 memes. There's like so fucking many. Trailers, all these game trailers and memes everywhere. There's no way this is launching with an all-black PS5. I think they will. But you'll notice anytime that a company makes a white console for the first time, that's when they back out of it. And they don't ever do it again because they realize it sucks. Like, the Wii. They're like, hey, let's make a white console. And then it's like, oh, God, white gets really gross. All right, every console after this, black. Or, Dreamcast. Dreamcast was white. And then Sega was like, all right, we're never making a console ever again. We fucked up. It's like, all right, we fucked up. We made the Dreamcast white. We're out of here. No more consoles. Ah, you joined late. Yeah. I've been talking about this for way too long. None of the games revealed for it so far have interested me. There's Deathloop, which looks okay, but that'll be on PC. Yeah, I just spent 2 hours watching trailers. The one I'm most excited for is definitely Spider-Man. And some of the other ones look pretty cool. Pragmata or whatever. Yeah, there's some other stuff. That's the one that stuck out to me the most, just because I'm a big Spider-Man fan. But, yep. It's weird. It's a weird fucking console, man. I just realized how many people on Twitch are going to have goals for a PlayStation 5 up on their stream. Unless they're already a successful streamer. I'm not. I'll be one of those dumb assholes. Hey chat, here's my goal for $700. So I can get the PS5. And then my community is gonna laugh at me for like 3 months. 3 hours? Oh my god. Dude, I need to actually play the game now. Pretty pissed off at the whole idea of having a digital distribution version. I think that's fucking stupid. I don't like the fact that it's white. Its wild design is very weird. It's almost more like a car, but I don't hate it. I think it's funny, but whatever. It's kind of a cool design. Don't like the dingy whiteness. Don't like this stupid digital distribution version. I hate that it only has one USB in the front. That's fucking stupid. That's like a giant middle finger to all fighting game fans. It's just a big middle finger to FGC. They're gonna probably sell you like a goddamn USB hub, like a multi-tap. It's real dick. think the Resident Evil looks cool. I think that new Resident Evil looks like a really good game. But damn, man, we got werewolves, vampires, ninjas, 18th century prostitutes. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where are the zombies? This isn't even Resident Evil at all anymore. Oh, that's pretty hot. You know what? I take everything negative I said about the PlayStation 5. I think it's a pretty good console. You know? It took me a second, but it grew on me. And you know what? I think I'm gonna get one day one. Yeah, there probably will be more USB hubs in the back, but it's still shitty. Imagine having your friend come over, and you're like, "Hey man, I got the new fighting game. Let's play Street Fighter 6 or Tekken 8 or whatever the hell." And he's like, "Oh, sorry, I have the digital distribution version. I don't have a disc drive." You're like, "What?" Or he's like, "Oh yeah, man, let's play." And then you both have your arcade sticks, and he's like, "Oh, there's only one port in the front. Just reach in the back and try to fiddle around and feel for the USB in the back of the PS5 and plug your stick into the back." It's just inconvenient and shitty. There's no reason for it. Yep, I'm sold on the console, man. I think it's great. Probably the best console ever made. All right, let's play some fucking video games. You're wrong. There are definitely reasons for it. Yeah, they're shitty ones where the company wants to make more money and sell you an accessory. Couch gameplay is less profitable because with online, all people involved need to buy hardware, controllers, and the game. Yeah, that's exactly right. They don't want you to do couch co-op. Why do you think it's being phased out so hard? You came into the conversation late. I spent 20 minutes ranting about that exact shit. It's talking about digital distribution and couch co-op and USB accessories and shit for way too long. I'll probably just highlight this whole conversation of me checking out PlayStation 5 to share my thoughts. No one will watch it, but at least it'll be there for posterity.